Hello there. In this video we're going to show you how you can use a twin ring and split it on either side of a round gem with the tension setting, so as shown in the image there. So if we start off Fluid Designer, the first thing we need to go is to the rings folder. Well, we're there already, and we want this object here, which is all UK ring sizes with a twin setting. And so we drag and drop that onto the workspace. Now what we want to do is to go to File and Append, and if we just go to the Groups folder and look for gem shapes, we're going to use a round gem, and as usual we want the object, so it's the round object which we can append from the library. I'll just switch on the screencast keys. And so if I highlight the gem, I need to resize this, so the default size is always 10mm. So if I press S on the keyboard to scale, and if I type 0.5 and then enter, that will scale my gem. And we don't need to apply that scale because we're not going to print that object. So what do we want to do? Well, we want to pull out this side of the ring on this side here and this side upwards, and on the right hand side the top part upwards and the bottom part downwards. So in other words, we want to move them in the Z direction. So if I change my view to back view, I'm looking at the gem here now, so there's the blue arrow, the Z dimension. So if I go into edit mode now by pressing the tab key, essentially what I want to do is to move this part of the ring upwards and this part downwards. So I'm going to use C on the keyboard for circle select, and I'm going to select the last three control points there, and then press escape key to delete it, and I'll just move them up 2 units, and you can see the bottom of my gem now, sorry, the bottom of my shank here is in line with the gem edge. So that should work. So again, if we do circle select, we'll select, oops, I've selected too many points there, I don't want that point. Circle select, I just want the last 3 points, so escape. And again, I want to move it down 1, 2. So again, it should be in line there, the inside should be in line with the gem. So A to deselect. Same on the other side. So circle select for the last 3 and move them up 1, 2, deselect, circle select the last 3 control points and move them down 1, 2. Now the distance you move them down will obviously depend upon the gem size. So if we come out of edit mode there by pressing the tab key, we'll see that yeah, that's not too bad. That's the kind of effect that we want. Now what I want to do is to move these upwards in the Y direction to sit on the edge of the gem there. Okay, so if I view this from the front, no, not the front, sorry, view it from the top, yeah, that's the view that I want. I want to move these 2 parts of the shank, well not 2 parts, 4 parts of the shank upwards in the Y direction. So view top, so go into edit mode. Now if you do C on the keyboard and highlight the last 3 on that side, just move the screen across and C and highlight the last 3 on that side. Now if we move these up to, I'm not quite sure how many we're going to need, we could do it with 3, and if I move the proportional editing window, you can see the effect that it has on the ring. Now I don't want to go too much on there, but I do want to shape the ring a little bit, so let's see what that looks like if we press the tab key. I've gone too high, I probably only needed to go 2 units up. So they're still highlighted, so I'll just move them back down 1. Yeah, that's okay. That's the effect that I'm looking for. And so now it's just a case of adjusting them slightly to make sure that the gem will actually fit in there. So if we just go view back, and we've got a bit of an overlap there. So there's different things that we could do here. We could just enlarge the ends, or we could lengthen the ends. There's a range of things we could do. So let's come out of that. Let's just make sure we select everything. So C for circle select. And now I want to move this out to the left. So if I just go there, no, I'm going the wrong way. I want to go to the left. So if I go 0.2 millimeters to the left, that should give me a bit of a better overlap there. So I'll go a little bit more. Remember, when we highlight the left part of the shank in edit mode, it's the right part that moves. So we've just moved that in so it's overlapping a bit more. We can do the same to the other side here. So we deselect those, so it's this side we want to work on now. So we'll highlight those two control points, and these we do want to, we want to move them to the right. We're actually viewing it upside down, which is why this is a bit back to front. I want to lengthen those, which is what I've done. And those, yeah, I've probably gone a bit too far. Let's just go back a couple, went the wrong way. Go back to 29.1. No, we'll try 29.2. Whoops. So I'm back to front everywhere here. Okay, yeah, so that's okay. So that's the overlap that I want. Yeah, so that's the effect that I want. And we could, after we've produced this ring, we could use a grinder to just create a little indent in each of those four corners for the gem to fit in. Now, something a little bit odd has happened as we've done this. At the start of this, there was a gap in here, but actually the whole ring has twisted, slightly twisted. So we do need to fix that. So view from the back gives us the gem there. If we go view from the front, we'll look at it from the other side. You can see there should be a gap here. And what's happened is that the ring's twisted slightly. So if we press the tab key to go into edit mode, make sure nothing's selected. If I use border select and select all of that there, and if I just zoom in, now if I use the mean tilt here, and I'm just holding down the left mouse button and dragging the mouse, you can see what's happening. I can rotate that object. And I really want to rotate it until it's sort of at right angles. So I think probably minus 15. That's not looking too bad. So you can see I've got a gap there now. But the top part of it is also tilted, so I need to fix that as well. So A to deselect that. So border select. Just select all of those control points, and if I just zoom in again, you'll see what happens. So as I change this mean tilt value, you can see it rotating. Now I went minus 15 at the bottom, so I probably need plus 15 at the top to make it even. So that's got me my gap back there, and if we press the tab key to go back out again, you'll see we've got our gap back in the ring there, and we've got our ring setting up at the top. So yeah, that's it now. So we don't want to save the gem, remember, so we can delete the gem, and then remember, don't go to File and Save As, go to Export. So we want to export a wavefront object to the desktop, so it's a twin ring, and we've split it around the gem, the round gem in this case. So I'll just give it that name. So that will export the OBJ file, and remember you always need to go to Netfab Basic just to make any repairs to that before you attempt to 3D print it. Okay, so we've used a twin ring, and we've split it around either side of a 5mm round gem. And that's it for this video, so thank you.